3 decades. It's a hell of a long time. That's how long I put in on the job. Lately, I've been thinking a lot about those early days, back when I was still cutting my teeth.
After nearly 2 decades as the iconic Leroy Jethro Gibbs on NCIS, Mark Harmon is stepping in front of the camera once again. He'll make a special guest appearance on an NCIS crossover event airing tomorrow on Veterans Day.
Yeah, he's a legend for sure. We're joined live by Mark Harmon. Mark, thank you so much for joining us. Good morning to you. So,
Morning.
Fans, we have missed seeing Gibbs. What made this the right time to bring him back?
They asked.
That's incentive.
That's a
yes.
good answer.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta be asked, right? It was also, look, it's also story-wise, maybe the right time to check in. And David and Gina have always created this show from their own gut and their own desire to do this earlier period of Gibbs's life and career. And it just made sense to me, not only in story, but also what they were asking. And so I'm glad to take part and glad to participate.
That makes sense. Well, you've been part of this franchise, NCIS franchise, since the very beginning. What's it like watching Origins explore Gibbs' early years?
It's been interesting. Certainly a different agency at that time, and not one that we jumped into very much at all in the original when we first started it. I know we did some like early kind of flashback directed episodes, or at least partially so, but this is a whole different deal. And when Gina and David came up with this idea and started trying to dig into the birth of this agency from naval intelligence to ONI to NIS to then NCIS, it made sense to me to look into the beginning of this story and maybe think that there was an opportunity to do something earlier.
Yeah, and it really gives to that character development, which is amazing and something we don't always see with shows. But tell us what you felt stepping back into these roles after all these years. That's got to have been a pretty cool experience.
It's a cool experience with these two individuals who were as good as anyone in writing this show from the very beginning. Both of them were there in the very first year of the mothership. I think if it was not David and Gina and maybe together having this idea or coming with this idea, I'm not sure I would have been open to that, but I trust them, and they've worked really hard on this show the last year and a half, and so is this cast and crew, and it's my job to try to help support that, and it made sense to me to come back and say hi.
I think a lot of people are looking forward to it for sure. But you also narrate Origins. Does that change the way you may connect with the story now?
Yeah, it does.
How so? Yeah.
No, it's funny to me actually, because you take a guy who doesn't talk much, and now you got him narrating a show. He's talking all the time, and that's been my connection to this show. Really, I come in every couple of weeks and lay down a couple of shows, and Gina and David are heavily involved in that, and heavily involved in writing that narrative, and controlling it too. I mean, I'm there to be directed and there to work with them and bring what they want forward in this earlier time. I respect so much them creatively and how they work and how they work together. This cast here on this show on Origins is terrifically talented, and I was in the room when each of them came through the door to read in the first place. So it feels like a real birthing over the last year and a half, all these characters and the earlier part of this show. And I hope that people out there like that and tune in and are enjoying what we're doing.
Absolutely. Well, hey, Mark, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Also, one random note.
Okay.
Did you know he was voted sexiest man alive in 1986? I just found your picture on Google, Mark. You look the same.
You voted? You voted for that?
Well, no, I see it. I see it on Google. They picked you.
Great picture.
Who votes for something like that?
You
Come
know
on.
what?
Wow.
People Magazine does, Mark. But hey, always a pleasure talking to you. I love your attitude and your humbleness. So
Yeah, same.
congratulations.
Same. Really appreciate it. And congratulations on Sexiest Man Alive.
there you go.
When you got
1986.
it, that
I
was
love
great.
it. All right.
Thank you.